Test, test. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Let me know how we sounded. Let me know how we sounded. What's going on, Hassan? I see you up in here. Let me make sure the audio sounded good. Let me know if we sounded good, y'all. I'm doing good. What about you? Woke up to a bag, can't complain. Those that was in the live stream yesterday. What did we talk about? We talked about paying attention and focusing on NAS. Let me fix that. Hold on, I hear static. Give me 1 second. All right, test. Let me see how we sound. Let me see if we sound better. All right, we sound better. No, we still got a little static. My bad, y'all. Like I said, like when I'm live, I even tug the wire or even touch it. When my mic's connected, it makes that noise. I'm trying to make sure we're good before we get started. All right, we're sounding good. So if y'all was in yesterday's live stream, if y'all recall, I keep on happening. I don't know what's going on. Let me see if I can fix it, y'all. All right, we should be good. Man, yesterday's live stream, we was talking about what? We was talking about we were focusing on GBPUSD and NAS100. As you can see, GBPUSD and NAS100. They're doing exactly what we was talking about in yesterday's live stream. US30 did a nice move as well. GJ ended up doing what we was looking for also. We didn't do that retest. As you can see, in the price did retest. It's not a whole lot of support. So the game plan's still the same like yesterday. So we're going to see if GJ is going to retrace and fill up this gap down here at 199.10. We're going to be paying attention to again GU and NAS100. Just finished this NAS100 setup, but we can maintain the whole 23.810 as support. We can look at why it's going to 23.70. Literally missed that while I was having technical difficulties, but it was all good. And then with GBPUSD, last night, at least my price was looking like last night. Pull this photo up. All right, this is what price was last night. Rejected the level twice. You see how price was consolidated to the side. That volume picked up, turned that resistance level into support. Then hit the next level, surpassed all TPs. Got a nice 1-to-3, almost 1-to-4 ratio setup on this. Meaning whatever you would have wished, you would have made 3, almost 4 times that amount. So if you would have risked $100, you would have made 3, almost $400. If you risked $1,000, you would have made 3, almost $4,000. So we're going to be looking for continued buys here. It rejected this level. We're still looking for buys, and as you see, we caught yet again nothing new like usual. We caught that whole push up. So now we're right back to the previous highs. And I was talking about in the Sunday chart analysis, we need to turn 580 into support for the uptrend to continue. So that's what we're going to be looking for today. Now, there is no high impact news today. So again, just going to be simple waiting for volume or confirmations from that. But if GU can break above the whole 35.80, that's support. We're going to be looking for continued buys between 36.10. So that's what we're going to be looking at right now. We're going to be looking at NAS100 as well. Again, I just missed the entry on that, but it is all good. You know, we don't chase price. We're just going to let price do its thing right here. Make sure to like the live as you hop up in here, y'all, and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. We just hit 3,860 subscribers. Let's get 3,900. Got a new video dropping for you later on today as well. Make sure to be on the lookout for that. Let's see what we got going on here. What's going on, Hassan? I'm doing good. What about you? I can't hold trades unless the 100 pips move on gold right now because I didn't hold. What should I do? If you missed that, I would leave gold alone because gold has made a new higher high. It's an all-time high territory. So unless it retraces, I wouldn't even really mess with gold. Just simply because, again, you don't really know where price is going to go, especially when it's constantly making new all-time highs. So that's one of the key things that's going to make the difference between a trader and a gambler, right? So, like I didn't even mark up or update the levels gold did yesterday. I'm just not messing with gold until it does a little retracement personally. But this is why it's important to understand the real charts. You need to have a game plan. You need to have an entry and exit game plan, right? So before you take any trade, you need to know where your SL is, where your TP is, right? That's why yesterday I was able to say the exact prices where we can see entries and exits at on GU and NAS because I know how price works and I know what my game plan is. So if you are not confident enough to hold a trade till the final TP is hit, then you can either trail your stop loss or you just need to get used to whatever it is you're uncomfortable with, whether that's drawdown or whatever the case may be. So you got to review your trade and figure out why exactly you closed out early. Was it market structure? Was you happy with the profits? Right? Was you even trying to hit that 100 pips? Because you're saying you missed. Again, FOMO is going to fuck you up. If you don't know what FOMO is, that's the fear of missing out. Right? It's the fear of missing out. That FOMO is going to make you chase trades. That FOMO is going to make you hold trades longer than you should. That FOMO is going to let you ignore retracements or securing profits. FOMO is going to fuck you up. You just literally saw me. I said, damn, I was having technical difficulties with the mic. Literally, as soon as I got the mic working, I missed this NAS100 setup. Did you hear me say, oh, well, let me adjust my entry and let me get, no. I said, oh, well. Why did I say, oh, well? Because, again, that FOMO is out of my system. I've been there, done that, right? I know now that FOMO doesn't get me anywhere besides deeper in the hole for me to get out of to get back into profit. So I also understand that if I miss a setup, price is either going to retrace or there'll be another setup for me, right? So if you close the trade, it is what it is, right? Shoulda, coulda, woulda. It don't even matter. But you have to understand why you did that. You get what I'm saying? Let's see what else we got going on. Make sure to like the live, y'all. Y'all hop up in here. I may hear myself. I keep cutting we're cutting your wins short. I just love the stream keep coming live. Yeah, we go live every day. And if you're not in the TikTok lives, we go live during New York session as well, at least 3 times a week. It was live during yesterday, not during yesterday, during New York session yesterday on TikTok. We broke down a lot of stuff. So you're trying to learn for real? Because I know you're in another country. I know my stuff can be a bit expensive for your country. Take advantage of the TikTok live. Like I said, I gotta start recording the TikTok live. I keep saying that, but my TikTok lives are kind of long, so I'd have to like clear up storage a lot more often on my computer, and it'll take a little while to upload. But I am gonna eventually, once I get my stuff together in the back end, start recording the TikTok live as well, and then figure out how where I'm gonna post that stuff at. So, but you definitely, if you can, need to be in the TikTok live when we go live during New York session. Right? When we go live during New York session, it's typically around 12, 1 o'clock. But just like with the YouTube lives, I always will notify y'all when we are live. And we really be breaking stuff down during this TikTok lives. And so that's a nice push right there, which is cool. Those joining the show, we have not entered this trade yet. This is the trade idea. Make sure to hit that first link in the description. Join the free signal free Telegram. Y'all see on your screens how we did last month and last quarter. Go ahead and hit that first link in the description. Check it out for yourselves. I'm actually about to pull it up in a second also. But yeah, so a great start to the week. NAS1 as projected yesterday was a nice 1-3. GU when as projected yesterday as well was a nice 1-3. GJ and US30 also did their thing. But obviously, as of right now, we're mainly going to be focused on just like yesterday, GU and NAS100. Where's my charts? All right, so we're back at the all-time high of the US30 as well. But ended up doing what we was looking for also. It was kind of chop city consolidation, which we're also not focused on US30 by NAS100 because US30 are all-time highs. NAS100 is not quite at all-time highs yet. And the market structure is a lot cleaner on NAS100. And as you can see, caught that higher high, just like we caught that higher high on GU yesterday. Yeah, but you already know the drill. We got our alerts. We know what our game plan is. So we're just simply waiting for price to come to us and to see if it's going to meet our confirmations or not. Got a new 5-minute about to pop up. Yeah, so it looks like we're gonna get some action in a little bit. Again, yo, if you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. When looking at your charts, drop them in the chat. Make sure to hit that first link in the description. Join the free school and free Telegram. Also, make sure to explore the playlist. Got a new video dropping for y'all later on today at the beginning of New York session. I got a few videos lined up for y'all this week for YouTube as well. But yeah, we're off to a great start this week so far. I just want to see what we can look this right here. Already retested this level here. I want to see what this looking for. Keep it going. Got a nice higher high. Continue to turn this resistance support for continue. I'm also curious with GJ. I really want to make sure that we maintain this level before I go for a buy setup. I don't want to get caught in retreats. I'm trying to fill that gap at the beginning. Still kind of struggling to break out the consolidation. We still need to maintain a whole 199.70 as support. So that's what we're looking to see what GJ is going to do for us right here. Yeah, that would have been a nice NAS setup. I don't know why my mic was bugging out, but it's so good. Let's see what this next 15 looks like. Share some setups. I do literally. You was in the live yesterday, right? You was like, wait, no, was it you or somebody? I think it was you, right? That was like, I know you was in the live yesterday, but it was either you or somebody else that was like, okay, so when price loses over, like literally, if you watch yesterday's live stream, or if you watched the Sunday chart analysis, right? So anybody here, watch it right now. Watch the Sunday chart analysis, or go back to yesterday's live stream. This GU setup is the exact setup I was talking about looking for during the live stream, right? If we go back in time, this is when we was live yesterday. Price failed to hold the low as support. Price didn't break above and hold the low as support until pre-New York, right? So again, this is the exact setup we was looking for during London session. It just didn't play out to the New York, right? Same thing with NAS100. We was looking at the setup during London session. Again, failed to hold that support. Pre-New York, York open. It didn't move what we was looking for, right? So literally all the setups I take, I literally talk about and or look for in our intro during the live streams, right? You just have to, unless you're behind the scenes with a number of students, have to just pay attention to that chart and then take that setup. But if you want like the exact signals, notified in real time, update in real time, you gotta get that stuff on the back end. But literally all the setups, that's why every time I do the recap of the day, I keep on telling y'all, when I say we broke this trade down as well as other setups in today's live, that one that's projected, watch the full stream here. I'm not just saying that because I want y'all to watch the live stream. I'm saying that because it's factual, right? Just like when I do the recap of the week, let me find it, right? Where I say a lot of other setups when that's projected from the Sunday chart analysis in London session lives. The reason why every time I do a weekly recap, I purposely reply to the Sunday chart analysis instead of just the recap of what we did Monday. Is going to try to get y'all, if not already, accustomed to watching these videos and stuff like that. Literally all these setups I said I talk about every single day before they play out. All right, so GJ just broke this level. Let's see if we can close here and see what this next 15 looks like. Again, if we can maintain the whole 199.70 as support, we can look for values going to 220. Yeah, I like GU as well. Then we can break this resistance level for the uptrend and continue. See what this retest is looking like. All right, new 15 just popped up. Let's see who's going to retest that level. NAS is still pushing. Let's see who's going to retest this level. There's a big volume candlestick to break back above here, but I do like that. Low volume candle to break back above. So now I want to see if we can maintain the whole low as support right here. Yeah, still pushing. Let's see what else we got going here. Was not on the live yesterday. Well, that's another thing. The live streams are recorded. So even if you are not here at 3 a.m., 4 a.m., the live streams are still uploaded. Literally, the live streams are available literally after the live is over. So that's not an excuse either, right? Because again, this setup did not play out till pre New York. So even if you wasn't in the live stream yesterday, if you would have watched the recording, you could have still seen what the plan for the day was. Or again, if you watch the Sunday chart analysis, literally I give you the projections for the week. All right, so no excuses. I'm not. That stuff's not going to work over here. That's why a lot of people don't like me because I don't enable excuses. Right? I've heard it all. I've been doing this since 2022. I've heard it all. Oh, I can't wake up at London session because I got work. What time you got work? Oh, I got work at 8 a.m., 9 a.m. So you can't wake up for an hour or two and go to sleep and then or a couple hours then you're ready for work. Oh, I can. Okay, so that's not an excuse. Oh, but I'm tired. Okay, well, they're recorded. So even if you don't want to be up one this session, you can watch the recording and the playback. Right? So no excuses. No excuses. I've heard it all before. But again, at the end of the day, you're actually trying to learn, so you're actually trying to find some setups. You got to be up when the setups are there, which is Monday, New York session. You know what I'm saying? So I used to do everything for free, but I don't do that stuff anymore because people don't appreciate that shit. I'll be seeing the lives that you tell us, the live streams here and stuff. A lot of people will take that for granted. That's why everybody that be in the live streams, I'll be like, shout out to everybody in the live. But I used to do that shit. I don't do that shit no more, right? Again, I used to do that shit back in the day where I used to call free signals as well as signals in the back end. But then it was, oh, why are you only calling one free signal? Even though I made money off your free signal, why didn't you give all the signals for free? Right. So there's always something else, something else, something else, something else, something else. So that's why now I'm like, okay, look, I'm going to give y'all this shit. I'm about to see who really wants this shit, who really trying to learn. Right. Because again, every setup I give out, y'all just got to do y'all's part, which is what I do. Wait for the setup to meet my confirmations or not meet my confirmations. You know what I'm saying? But again, every trade I take, I literally tell y'all I'm looking for this setup before it happens. Literally, you cannot find a single trade that I've taken at all this year, last year, that I did not talk about in the London session live and or the Sunday chart analysis and or future or look for during the London session live. Right? That's why I always say we broke down this as well as other setups I want to project in today's live because it's facts. But if you want to be updated behind the scenes, signals, all that good stuff, that's behind the scenes and that cost, right? But again, I know everybody don't want to do that or can't afford it, which is why I still do free shit. I just my videos, I have my trade breakdowns, day trading tips, everything I post. I promise you, I'm not wasting my time making these videos. I promise you, if you watch these videos, you're going to learn and improve. I don't do anything for no reason. So if you're not taking advantage of all the videos I got, you're not showing up to the live streams, you're missing out on a tons of value. So if I just see if GU can hold, not GU, GJ can hold his low as support right here. NAS is pumping. That's stupid. Yeah, but this goes back to what we were talking about before. Again, I was having technical difficulties. Usually, I don't even check the mic on my own. I wait for somebody to tell me if the mic doesn't sound good. But for some reason, I was trying to check it on my own. You missed the setup, but again, you don't see me mad. You don't hear me clicking my mouse or trying to figure out a way to enter this setup. If you missed your entry, you just gotta take that L and wait for your next intro to retracement. That's all you can do. The last thing you want to do is phone in and chase a trade. Because every time you phone in and chase a trade, it's going to more times than not retrace right back to where you initially wanted to enter at, just to laugh at you. If you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. When we look at the charts, drop them in the chat. So let's see if we can hold this level here as support. It's a nasty push right there. It's all good. All right, whenever I miss a setup, especially one that I was actually looking to enter, I just be like, hey, at least I know my confirmations were right. At least I know my setup was right? So now that when my next setup comes out, my confirmations are met, I'm even more confident to take that setup because I literally just saw that the other setup I was looking for is exactly what I was looking for when I was projected. See what I'm saying? So yeah, I like this here. We're about to see if we can maintain this as support. That's what we have to do. Again, we do have this gap that I wanted to see filled yesterday, but that did not happen. So that's why I'm waiting, especially to see if we can maintain this level support, because the last thing I'm going to do is take a buy setup and then price try to fill this gap up and come back up, right? But at the same time, if we can hold this level of support, I do like this setup here. Again, we do not have any high impact news today, so we're simply just waiting for volume and our confirmations to be met. I do like this right here. Got a new 5 minute about to pop up. What else we got going on? Go just join the stream. We have not into this trade yet. This is just a trade idea. We have not into this trade yet. Make sure to hit that first link in the description. Join the free Telegram. Y'all see on your screens how we did last month and last quarter. Go ahead and hit that first link and check it out for yourselves. So we're 1-0 this week so far. Last month we went 23-2 against 92% win rate. Also make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Y'all see it scrolling at the bottom of y'all screen. Instagram playmaker_weight, TikTok _playmaker_weight_. All right, July we were 17-2, so that's how we're doing so far this quarter. As far as how we ended quarter two, if we scroll to July 2nd, you see how we ended quarter two. April we went 16-1, May 19-1, June 17-4, in the quarter 52-6, giving us a 90% win rate, catching a total of 119,274 pips. We're going absolutely crazy. I like this retest right here. So we're gonna wait for this candle to close. But I do like this retest right here. Also, I like the stop loss. I'm not gonna do it too crazy on the stop loss. Yeah, so we're gonna wait for this 15 to close. Yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. But yeah, I don't really mind the haters. Haters are part of the game. You can be doing absolutely nothing. There'll still be somebody more miserable than you that's gonna hate. So that's just part of the game. And y'all know me. I'd be laughing at them and roasting. That's how my page. That's how my TikTok lives be getting taken down because I'm just blocking them now, but usually I be roasting them and then they get upset. Then they want to report my live and all that good stuff. So now I just, I block them, then I roast them. But yeah, we want to see how this 15 closes. I do like this setup right here. Can't lie to y'all. I do like this setup right here. GU, like I said, it's going to need some volume to break this level here. Again, the last two times was at this level. Price failed to break and turn into support. We need your price to blow through this level like we see here, or turn into support for the uptrend to continue. All right, I'm officially out of GU. Let's see what now it's doing. That is retracing. So again, game plan is still the same. Let's see what this next 15 looks like. Look and see if we can hold this level as support right here. Whoops, my bad, y'all. Was I muted? No, I was not. Hopefully, I ain't have no earphones in. Let me make sure we're still sounding good. That was my bad, y'all. I was over here typing on my other computer and I was moving quick and I done knocked my mic over. Yeah, we're still sounding straight. All right, cool. So we got GU retracing. I'm not against looking for buys here. Again, I'm not in this setup no more. I like GJ. I do like GJ. If you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. When we look at any charts, drop them in the chat. Appreciate those that like the live. Make sure to like the live and subscribe if you didn't already. Yes, this is gonna have a little bit of work to do. I do like this setup right here. Because again, if it doesn't hold this level here, it's going to try to fill that gap up. Right. So we broke out that consolidation due to a gap. We're maintaining this level as support. So I do like this. So I'm going to take this setup. So I'm going to take this setup here. And then NAS is retracing. Again, this way on FOMO. So off this retracement, again, we're going to look to see if price is going to retrace and retest at 23,810. Or if it can break above and hold 23,870 as support, then we'll look for buys going there. This is going to be a little bit of volume, but I do like this setup right here. What's going on, Brandy? Mic is static again. Oh, no. Okay. I'll try. I'll try. It sounds good on my end, so try coming back in. Try coming back in, Brandy, if it's still acting up. Should I enter GJ? So all I want you to do is rewind the past 2 to 5 minutes. Listen to what I just talked about with GJ. Listen to the market conditions I just talked about with GJ, and then you make the decision where you want to enter. Because at the end of the day, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm never going to tell somebody to buy or sell anything. I'm simply just showing you what I'm doing. I'm explaining my mindset behind it. If it makes sense, it makes sense. That's also why, if you look at any of my signals, I purposely have lost clients because of this, because they're not following my signals. Instead of saying buy and sell, I say sold and bought. The reason why I say sold and bought is because I'm telling you what I did. So based on my analysis, based on obviously my results, if you agree and like what I see, take it. But I'm never going to tell somebody to enter a buy or sell. At the end of the day, I'm not a financial advisor. At the end of the day, I'm not managing your account. So anything you make or lose is on you, right? Even with me, every trade I make or lose on is my fault. So again, that's why I do these live streams to break down and explain everything. So if it makes sense to you, take the setup. I told you exactly what we're looking for. So now you got to make the decision whether you want to take that setup or not. Got a new video lined up for y'all dropping today at the beginning of New York session. Make sure to be on the lookout for that. So it's like GU's about to try to do something. So again, my trade ideas for GU, my bias for GU is still buys, just like yesterday. I'm just simply watching to see what level I'm going to enter off of. So whatever level I see holds a support, I'm gonna take a setup off of it, right? So again, I'm looking for buys either way. I'm just seeing which level we're going to break and retest or retest. See what I'm saying? It's pushing up a little bit. It's got a little bit of work to do, but I do see it at least coming back up to 220, especially for maintaining that support. We got a new 5 minute about to pop up a little bit. All right, new hour and 15 minute popped up. So we got GU holding that level as support. I mean, GJ holding the level as support. GU still ranging. NAS is retracing. Again, there is no high impact news today, y'all. So I'm just waiting for volume and confirmations to be met. We'll be on for a little bit longer. If you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. When you need charts, drop them in the chat. You see how NAS retraced. So again, that's why you just let price do its thing, because more times than not, before price does the full move, a retracement is going to happen. Let's see if we can maintain this level of support right here. All right, we're right back where we left off at the beginning of London. New 5-minute just popped up. So again, if y'all was here early in the live, this is why I said don't chase trades, because more times than not, price is going to retrace right back to your entry. Now again, why did I say that? Because I used to do that dumb shit. And again, every time I'd make mistakes, I'd go on my notes, write down what I did wrong, also write down what I did right, write down what I need to keep doing, what I need to stop doing and start doing. And these are one of those things that I noticed, and I kept them putting my notes, right? I noticed every time I'd FOMO and chase a trade, more times than not, it would retrace right back to where I wanted to see it go. Look at that. That's what GJ is looking like. GU still ranging. Well, looks like it's about to fill that gap up. Just got whipped out of that bitch. I had a feeling it was going to do that. So that's why I was wanting to see it do it yesterday, but it's all good. So it looks like it's about to try to fill this gap up. Got a new 15 popping up now. Damn. It was looking like we almost hit TP1. But hey, you see what happened. It is what it is. We talked about this before we took the setup. So now we're going to see if we're either going to get sucked back into this consolidation again for another week, another month, or if we're going to see this gap get filled up and see price maintain to hold this level. It's probably going to do that tomorrow or Thursday with the news we got tomorrow, Thursday. It is all good. We're still going to pay attention to NAS and GU for setups. NAS did retest this level right here. So if NAS100 can't hold 23.18, that's support. We can look for buys going to 23.870. And again with GU, we're looking for buys. We're looking for price to retest and hold 35.55 support. Or if we can break above and hold 35.80 as support, we're looking for buys going to 36.10. Yeah, I think we're whipped that level right here. You can see it's still chilling at our stop loss. So I'm going to be looking to see if it's going to fill this gap up right here and then try to push back up later on today or tomorrow. But yeah, I'm just going to let GJ do his thing right. Still up for the week and the month though, because again, this was a 1 to 3 RR. So again, just using simple math. You pull the calculator out. You go ahead and pull out the handy dandy calculator. All right. So again, using simple numbers, we just took a W. Let's say I'm risking $100 per trade. We just caught this W yesterday on GU. This was a 1 to 3. So 100 times 3 is 300, right? Then we just lost that trade. So we're still up for the week. So we're going to let that do its thing. I'm going to pay attention to NAS, but I'm going to be going into New York session to see how these two charts play out. Again, I'm personally going to trade gold until it does some retracements. It just keeps on making new higher highs, new all-time highs. So I'm just going to let it do its thing right there. But yeah, the main reason why I don't care that much is because one, like I just showed y'all, we're still up for the week, and two, because again, like we talked about before, I even talked about the setup. I acknowledge that it was a risk because again, we did just break out of the consolidation, and we didn't break out of it due to a volume cancel. We broke out of it due to a gap Sunday night when markets reopened. We also saw price not fill that gap up yesterday. But hey, I followed my rules. It held my level of support. Almost hit TP1, but as you can see, just rejected that level. Is what it is. Did nothing different from the trade I took yesterday. Did nothing different from the trade we took last week or yesterday on NAS100. Did nothing different from the US30 we said that we took last week. That's just part of the game, right? So again, once you understand what took place, and this is why also you want to make sure your winners are bigger than your losers. Because again, like I just showed y'all, we're still up for the week. So I'm not tripping too much about that. So yeah, we're gonna let DJ do his thing right there. Gonna be back on the Charts New York session. Gonna be paying attention to NAS and GU to see if we can catch some more buy setups on those. But again, there is no news today. So some just wait for volume confirmation to be met. And unfortunately, with setups like GJ, it either needs a gap like we saw Sunday, or it's going to need some news volume to break and maintain these levels. But yeah, we're gonna just let GJ do this thing, and we're gonna see what we got going on in the New York session. All right. Shout out to everybody in the live. Shout out to everybody's been alive since the beginning. Shout out to everybody's been alive since y'all joined. Make sure to hit that first link in the description free Telegram. Most likely, I'll let you know for we are, but most likely when we're going live later on TikTok today as well. Members, you already know, be on the lookout for the New York price watch list. And yeah, we'll be back at the same time tomorrow, London session 3 EST. But to be fair, another reason why I took GJ, I was looking at NAS, but I missed the NAS setup. So I took the next best setup that I saw. But in all actuality, I would have said I would have taken that GJ setup. But hey, it is what it is. It's part of the game.